U.S. consumer jumps to highest level in 8 months. The consumer confidence was a pleasurable read. It came in at 108.3, and the revised was from a revised 101.4. So that's good. Gross domestic products third estimate. GDP by industry and corporate profits revised third quarter annual update. Basically, the GDP came in at 3.2 quarter over quarter versus 2.9 that was expected. And so that basically puts the U.S. actually at a growth, which is interesting because we're coming up on a recession. And in other news, how SBF Bankman Fried's $250 million bill compares to other historical fraudsters. Okay, so Sam Bankman-Fried basically is the owner of, or the failed owner of FTX, which basically went bankrupt, and one of the biggest frauds in history. They were they were taking money and they were funneling it out to Alameda and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I basically looked into this, and his bail is actually more than Bernie Madoff's. So looking at this chart here, we have at the top Michael Milken, who basically came in at $569 million, $500 million. He is number two, Sam Bankman Fried. And all the way down, you have Jordan Belfort, and you have Bernie Madoff at 13. Jordan Belfort is 18 million. I'm sorry, 18 million. Bernie Madoff is at 13 million. We have Elizabeth Holmes at $500,000, and the originator of the Ponzi scheme, Charles Ponzi, at $100,000. But that was back in 1920s, in the 1920s. So with that, I don't have anything funny to say, but let's get to the intro and get to the truth. Hey, ForexMilitia, this is Parsible, and we are going over the week of the 26th to the 30th, and it is the end of the year, and we are basically just looking at this calendar here and next week's calendar. So let's just do this all in one. This week was Canadian CPI. As you see, it was a little bit higher than normal. We went over the final GDP at 3.2 and the core price consumer expenditure, personal consumer expenditure came in at 0.2. So it wasn't really high this month. That's basically, let me open that up. Basically, changing the price of goods and services purchases by consumers, excluding food and energy. So it was at 2. It didn't go up, so that's that. This week, from the 26th to the 30th, not much. It's pretty dead. It's Christmas week. Merry Christmas to you guys. And we basically have just unemployment and Chicago PMI basically coming out. Okay, so let's get to the charts and let's see what we can see. All right, starting out on the dollar. The dollar is faltering. It's basically falling, and it hit this point right here, this 103.50, this monthly support, and it is now going to be ranging, I believe, for a while. So at this time, I don't have a bias, but my indicators are saying that this is still long. So is the COT. COT says long also. COT short on this one. This is the US 30. And on the US 30, we basically looks like my indicators are saying that this is going long. And so I am going to have a long bias on this. This basically had a pullback, a little bit. So I believe that this is going to go long off of this pullback going into 2023. So I am long. The COT has it short. And on gold is basically in a pullback also, and it's right now, it is ranging. It's not really trending. It's to the long side, but it's ranging. So we're going to look for some confirmations on which direction this is actually going to go in. And as far as my indicators, this is saying that this is short right now. But I'm going to look and see what actually happens. It depends on what the dollar actually does. So right now I am in wait and see mode. On Bitcoin is flat right now. Wait and see mode on this one also. So I'm not going to go too far into that. Let's move on. On oil is basically it's short also. My bias is short on this one, and this just looks like a pullback. So it's a pullback, and my bias on this is short, even though the COT has this long. On the CAD I believe is long right now, but the COT has the CAD short. Now the CAD being short, the Canadian dollar being short, means that this is long. So this is a little bit contrarian. I am measuring the Canadian dollar on this. So it's short, so this is definitely long. On the euro is long, and as you can see, it's actually regaining some of that price action that it lost over the last year. Yep. So, all right, we are going to look for short trades though, as my indicators are saying that this is still short, even though the COT has this long. And on the pound is also short, and as you can see, it hit a level here, R1, and it was rejected. That's almost like an engulfing. It didn't engulf this prior candle, but it's almost engulfing. It's a big rejection off of that R1, and this is looking very short. So very possibly the dollar will begin to rally, which would cause a lot of the currencies to basically go in the direction of the dollar. And with that is it for this week, and I will say please support this channel, like, comment, ask me any question, and subscribe. There are links in the description for TradeMiner, EA Builder, and SeasonX if you want to basically click on my affiliate links and support the channel that way. And knowledge is power. Be power hungry. Power to the people. This is Parsival signing out.